Hi guys, welcome to the first NPAC Podcast. It's me, Yamani Hedrick, for those who don't know. I am a student aide at the Native American Resource Center at ARC. And yes, in these kind of very interesting times, my job has shifted a little bit. I can't really get my, in-office hours, where I would keep the center open and, be able to have conversations with different students and, get out those different modules that I would do. So now I'll kind of be shifting those kind of same ideas over to podcasting because, I can't really go into the center anymore, considering that the campus is closed off along with many other businesses and different places that just cannot afford to continue to stay open with the coronavirus pandemic. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting for me because I don't really know how to just talk like this. It's kind of hard for me. I like to have a script or whatever, but basically I just wanted to talk about a couple things for this first podcast. Basically, I know that for a lot of people around my age, the kind of the quarantine is kind of taking its toll on a lot of our mental health. There's definitely, I've talked to a few friends that I have that are, really taking this quarantine and like using it as a time to get progressive and, stay ahead on schoolwork and read and go on walks and kind of stay active during our shutdown, our shelter in place. But I think that kind of the general idea for lots of us Gen Zers is that, yeah, it's kind of hard because we really like to go out and, I really like seeing and hanging out with my friends. It was something that I was doing every day, and then to go from, seeing your friends every day to not being able to see them at all, it's pretty difficult. So I know that like just sitting in the house all day with nothing to do, not even be able to go to school or work, is leaving us a lot of boredom. I don't know if I said that right. Is leaving all of us bored. Not all of us, but most of us. So a couple things that I've been trying to do to stay, not bored is I've actually used this time to reconnect with a lot of people that I haven't talked to in a while who, I never really had a reason for, not continuing to contact them. But, when I was busy with work and school and all of the different things that I was doing, going to the gym and, hanging out with my friends, balancing all that time for studying outside of school too, it's kind of hard to, talk to a million people a day. So, yeah, I think that this has been a good time to, reconnect with old friends and just have really good conversations with them because we're not really doing much, kind of keeping in contact with other people is one way to, not stay so bored all the time, to kind of keep things interesting. Because yeah, you never know what people are going through. It's good to check up on them and see how they're handling the quarantine. And yeah, so that's one thing that I've been trying to do a lot. I know that something that is kind of really being forced, and a lot of us have no choices, is we're spending a lot of time with our family. For me, on top of being at school and going to work and all the different things that I was doing, I wasn't home a lot. Most nights I would just come in after dinner and then go sit in my room and do whatever studying I have to do and then try to go to sleep. So yeah, it's definitely a big shift to be in the house all day. I definitely have had a lot of time to clean and like kind of redecorate my room, so it's actually a pretty enjoyable place to be. But yeah, it's kind of unavoidable. You're going to have to spend some time with your family, or else you're going to go crazy. You know, everybody needs to have humor and interaction, I think. So I think some fun things to do is, if you have younger siblings, some things that I've been doing is like kind of, trying to do different cool science projects with them. Like today, it's really funny because little kids can really get interested by anything if you seem really excited. So today I did that thing where you fill a bag with water and then you stick pencils through it and like the water won't drip or whatever. And my two younger cousins who live with us, they were just so mesmerized and so excited because I made it seem like this was magic and like the craziest thing that I had ever done, and they got so invested in it and they just wanted to keep doing these with it. And I was like, the project's kind of over now. I stuck the pencils through the bag of water, but my younger cousin, she suggested that we put the bag in the freezer, so once I get home from recording this podcast, we'll see if the water froze around the pencils, I guess. So yeah, that's one thing I've done with them. We've been having really good family dinners, as opposed to, getting takeout and everybody goes to their room or whatever. My parents have really used this time to make sure that my stepmom is cooking meals for us every night, and, is making sure that we all have to come to the table and have our family dinner time together. So that is a couple of things that I've tried to do to keep myself at least a little bit occupied. On top of, I don't think it's really that bad to, have your consumer time and just sit back and watch whatever shows you've wanted to watch on Netflix. You've been avoiding watching something because you're so busy. Well, now you're not, once you get that schoolwork done and whatever things you have to do throughout the day, you have a lot of free time now. So, binging a show may not be like the healthiest thing ever. I don't really know, but for me, that's definitely been something that I have been able to do to pass the time. And yeah, different other things like just podcasts, other things that I feel like could be beneficial to me. Like there's something to learn. Like I know there's a lot of TED Talks that like my teachers have suggested we watch or whatever. That I was just not going to until now. Now I have nothing else to do, so why not, try to learn something, gain some knowledge, just kind of studying up on different things that are going on in the world, that you're interested in. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And yeah, so other than that, I just I was kind of hoping that you guys could, after hearing this, maybe check in with me and, talk to me about what you're doing. Even I'd love some suggestions for what to do because I still get bored a lot of the day. So yeah, and just maintaining that conversation and connection with the center is really going to help us to get through these kind of crazy times that we're living in. So just make sure to check in with me or anybody else at the center whenever you have free time. And yeah, I hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks for listening.